humble request is to subscribe to the channel and hit on all notifications, because we are going to cover everything about organization behavior, and rest core subjects of HR will be covered. Especially this is for the students of human resource management, as organization behavior is one of the core subjects in HR. So agenda is to understand organization behavior, obviously. So in the series of what is HR. So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel All Sorted. It is specifically useful for students of HRM and LR for the interviews of MBA, various colleges, for summer internships at MBA. Obviously, it will be useful for aspirants, the HRM aspirants or any MBA aspirants, because this is taught in all general MBA courses. This subject is very core. So first year students of MBA, second year MBA students, and everyone, obviously, to understand the organization behavior. Guys, let's get started. So how the structure of this video will be, okay, so in this video we'll be covering first two chapters of the Robbins book. What is a Robbins book? So it is the best book for organizational behavior. Okay, we also use at TISS Mumbai HR, we use the same book, Stephen Robbins ka book and Timothy Judge. So this is, you can find out on Google also, which is the best book for organization behavior. So we are going to cover all the chapters in this PPT, in this presentation. I'll be covering the first two chapters of Robbins. Okay, that is the basic of organization behavior, and rest, if you show some response to this video, if you give me 100 likes on the video, next chapters will be covered very soon in the upcoming videos. So hit like and do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. I'm a student of TISS Mumbai HRM and LR, and second year student, so I'll be utilizing my knowledge to help you through my videos. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. This will cover the what is organizational behavior, this presentation specially, all from the book of Robbins, okay, Stephen Robbins. And yeah, let's go ahead. So basics से शुरू करते हैं. What managers do, okay, what do managers do? Those of you who have work experience know what managers do. Who are the managers? So basically, managers are individuals who achieve goals through other people. Okay, and if you are an MBA aspirant, you're going to do the same in the future. What are the activities that managers typically do? They make decisions. Okay, they allocate resources that they have and given by the organization, and direct activities of others to attain goals. These are the common goals that organizations and the employees have together, and managers are facilitators, are individuals who achieve these goals through other people. Okay, so where do managers work? Okay, so they work in organizations, obviously. Where will you find managers? Mostly in the organizations. So it can be NGO organizations, it can be for profit. What is an organization basically, if someone asks you? So the definition is a consciously coordinated social unit composed of two or more people that functions on a relatively continuous basis to achieve a common goal or set of goals. Okay, very fair and simple. It's a consciously coordinated social unit. Okay, social unit है where people come together, two or more people, okay, that functions in a relatively continuous basis. ऐसा नहीं कि एक दिन के लिए काम किया, relatively continuous basis to achieve a common goal or set of goals. So typically this is how an organization looks. Okay, बहुत सारे लोग काम कर रहे हैं, and this is the picture of Microsoft basically. So let us understand what are the management functions. Okay, I'm covering very basics here, guys. Okay, I'll come to the definition of organization behavior, everything, but there is a built up for that, so that you really understand it perfectly. So what is management functions? What are the functions of management? So first is planning, next is organizing, leading, and controlling. So what is planning? You must have heard all these terms. Let us understand what do they mean as per the book. So planning means a process that includes defining the goals, establishing strategy, developing plans to coordinate activities. Okay, हम plan बनाते हैं, we plan for an exam, we plan how to, planning is there in everyday life. Okay, everyone plans, every individual plans, and so is the function of management. So first we define the goals, what do we have to achieve, then we establish a strategy. Strategy is a part of a plan. Strategy and planning में difference होता है. Do Google what is the difference between strategy and planning. Okay, we develop plans. Okay, and coordinate to coordinate the activities, because एक बंदा काम नहीं करता है in an organization, as we just saw, two or more people work in an organization. Then we organize. Organizing is the main function, one of the main. So determining what tasks are to be done, who is to do them, कौन क्या करेगा, how the tasks are to be grouped, and who reports to whom, and where decisions are to be made. So this is all part of organizing. All right. Then leading. So a function that includes motivating employees, directing others, selecting the most effective communication channels, and resolving conflicts. हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में you'll need to motivate employees, you need to direct others, and communication is one of the most important aspects if you want to success, if you want the organization to succeed. And all, obviously when people are there, there will be conflicts, so resolving the conflicts between them is also one of the leading functions. So this is the third function, and the fourth one is controlling. Controlling में क्या आता है? Not typically controlling, it is monitoring activities to ensure they are being accomplished as planned and correcting any significant deviations. Controlling में मतलब हो गया कि आपने जब plan बनाया, now you'll have to monitor the activities to ensure they are being accomplished as planned. So suppose you have made a strategy and a plan, this Tuesday, this Wednesday I'll do this. So controlling is making sure that we are actually doing that things on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays according to the schedule. So that is basically controlling. So very easy. Planning, organizing, leading, and controlling are the management functions. All right. So obviously when you go into management, you'll require skills, and for all the MBA aspirants, you must know what are the skills that are required in management. So first is the technical skills. Okay, what are technical skills? You must have heard about this. आप coding के बारे में सुनते हो. But here it can be the ability to apply specialized knowledge or expertise. Specialized knowledge जब होता है और आप expert होते हो किसी चीज के, then you have those technical skills. Suppose coding is a technical skill. All right, knowing Excel is a technical skill. Microsoft Office or PowerPoint, these are technical skills. So human skills is the second. First was technical, second is human. One of the most important skills you'll require and least bothered about. Many people don't actually bother much about it, but as I've heard many leadership talks, in many leadership talks, this is one of the most important skills lacking in today's managers, and this needs to be focused, because in the long run it will be all about your human skills that will help you succeed in your career. That has been shown by various researchers. So human skills are the ability to work with, understand, and motivate other people, both individually and in groups. Very simple definition: the ability to work with and understand and motivate other people, both individually and in groups. So एक मैनेजर के अंदर ये बिल्कुल क्वालिटी होना चाहिए, that you understand other people, you kind of motivate them, and you kind of form groups that are really working with each other and in a cohesive manner, in a good manner. And third आता है आपका conceptual skills. So conceptual skills and technical skills में there is difference. Okay, conceptual skills, the mental ability to analyze and diagnose complex situations. So these are your conceptual skills as per this book. All right. So typically human skills, as I said again, this is how you work with other people in organizations, and if you are not able to understand them, or as a manager not able to motivate them, you won't be a good manager. All right. So let's elaborate further. As I said, there are three management skills. This was developed by Robert Katz. Okay, first was technical skills. अभी आपको थोड़े examples I'll give you. Technical skills, the application of specialized knowledge, know-how. Example, think of a mechanical engineer, a vet, a pharmacist. These are all technical skills of them, because they are having some specialized knowledge or know-how of that thing. Human skills. What are human skills? Easiness to work in a team. These are examples. Understand others' behaviors and motives, stimulate others' actions, ability to communicate and get along with people. So, this is one of the core things in organization behavior. Now, in HR, a lot of subjects are about understanding of human behavior, human psychology, और human skills आपके पास नहीं होंगे. If you don't develop this, then you are going to face some problems, some issues in your management career for sure. So, and what are the conceptual skills? The mental ability to analyze the problems. You'll be faced with a lot of problems in continuous basis in your organization. So, your ability to handle those things, manage the complexity of an issue, decide on solutions and evaluation of possibilities. Okay, what are the SWOT analysis आप कर पा रहे हो, strength क्या है, weakness क्या है, opportunities क्या है, threats क्या है of a situation. These are a part of your conceptual skills. अपना cover हो गया. So let's see who is an effective and who is a successful manager. What are their activities? This was given by Luthens. Okay, so first of all, traditional management involves your decision making, planning and controlling. Second, communication. Your communication, these are the factors that are included in an effective or a successful manager. Traditional management, communication is exchanging routine information and processing paperwork. Human resource management, HRM, is about motivating, disciplining, managing conflict, staffing and training. And networking, fourth one, is socializing, politicking and interacting with others. So these are four parts. Okay, and it was investigated in the Lutheran study of managerial activities that effective managers spend most of their time on communication activities. Okay, उनका communication बहुत solid होता है. They spend their time 44%, and on human resource management activities, that is 26%. So this one and this one consisted of the qualities, the activities that effective managers have, and in contrast, successful managers spend almost half of their working time on networking activities, 48%, and communication activities. So communication is there in both, but successful managers use the networking activities also, whereas they socialize, politicking and interacting with others. Now finally we enter organization behavior. Okay, this is the core of definition that is given कि यार है क्या अभी अपने we have gotten to understand the background of everything. So what is OB? What is organization behavior? So it is a field of study that investigates the impact that individuals, groups and structure have on behavior within organizations for the purpose of applying such knowledge towards improving an organization's effectiveness. So बहुत ही सिंपल है, इसको डेफिनेशन को तोड़ के अगर समझोगे तो दैट विल बी बेटर फॉर यू, you'll understand in a much better way. So basically OB is a field of study that investigates the impact that individuals, groups and the structure, three components are there, the individuals have an impact, group and the whole structure have on the behavior within organizations. Okay, for the purpose of applying such knowledge towards improving an organization's effectiveness. So basically our purpose is to increase the organization effectiveness, and how we will achieve that is by investigating the impact that individuals, groups and the structure has on the behavior in the organization within it. So by knowing that, by investigating that, by understanding, improving our awareness of that, we can finally improve the organization's effectiveness, organization's success, its ability to achieve the goals, intended goals. That is called an effective organization. So first of all, it is important to remember that OB deals with three levels of behaviors. One is the individual level, second is the group level, and the third is the structures. Okay, so knowledge about all three types of behaviors is necessary to apply actions in which the whole organization functions successfully. All right, this is very well understood. So now, what is an intuition? If I ask you, what is your gut feeling? What is your intuition? So intuition is a feeling that is not necessarily supported by research. We say, yeah, my gut feeling says so. And it is research also says that we make a lot of decisions through our gut feeling, through our intuition, but that is not scientifically proven or supported by research. Okay, not by data or anything. And what is the difference between intuition and systematic study? Systematic study looks at the relationships, attempting to attribute cause and effect. Cause and effect is a base of science, and drawing conclusions based on scientific evidence. So this is the difference between intuition and systematic study. So it provides a means to predict behaviors. Now this is an important term in organization behavior. By understanding the human psychology, by understanding the behavior, how people operate within organizations, what managers do, what employees do, how do they motivate themselves, we can predict behaviors. Behavior can be predicted not through intuition but through evidence based management. That is the core concept of organization behavior, that behaviors can be predicted through systematic study and not through intuitions. That my intuition is that he's a bad guy, he'll not work hard. My intuition is that he'll not be a motivated person at all, he inherently dislikes work. That is my intuition. That is not backed by any data. That is just a random feeling, cloud of thought. But here in systematic study, we use the base of systematic study in organization behavior to predict behaviors. All right. So थोड़ा सा detail में we'll get to understand this. This is an interesting part. Very important slide. Please increase your awareness on this slide. All right. So in OB, systematic study and evidence-based management is combined with intuition. Intuition से ही हम decision नहीं लेते हैं. We combine the systematic study also with evidence-based management. We'll get to understand what is evidence-based management. So finally we say that behavior can be predicted. Okay, if it is examined on the continuous basis, one is able to forecast. Forecast मतलब मैं देख पा रहा हूँ आगे how people can act in particular circumstances. So that is why systematic study of people's actions are necessary. That if you want to really predict how people are going to act in the future, if you want to focus such behaviors, because as a manager you should have understanding of human psychology. You should have understanding of how behaviors, what behavior can emerge. So for that we use systematic study combined with evidence-based management in OB. So systematic study involves examining causes and effects just like in science. This is done to make general law-like conclusions based on gathered data. So we hear a lot about data-based management, data analytics these days, because data is God. Data is the new oil. Data is information is what managers are relying these days. हवा में बातें नहीं होती है. No one trusts intuition, especially in organizations. So what is closely related to systematic study is evidence-based management, EBM. EBM, evidence-based management, implies making managerial decisions after consideration of scientific facts, data, conclusions, laws. Simple. So managers who apply evidence-based management act like scientists. You are a manager, you are not an intuition thinker, and क्योंकि फिर तो कोई भी मैनेजर बन जाएगा ना, right? So for a manager you have to think like a scientist. So when they face a problem, evidence-based management they act like scientists. So when they face a problem, they search for the scientific information which can give them possible problems and solutions. Then they apply the most relevant knowledge in order to solve an issue. I hope यहाँ तक बातें पूरी clear है कि we are moving from intuition to scientific study based on evidence-based management. That is a good manager who uses evidence-based management data to make decisions and not his intuition. So वापस हम देखते हैं in OB, systematic study and evidence-based management is combined with intuition. So of course intuition is inseparable from decision making process, because आप कितना भी कर लो, intuition will be a part of your decision making process, but that is not the whole basis of your decision making process in OB. So nevertheless the importance of systematic study and thus evidence based management cannot be questioned at all. All right. So if you want to understand more about evidence based management, Please refer this book. Okay, this is available on my Telegram channel. Link is in the description. Go join that. Evidence based management by Eric Barnes. Okay, this is one of the best book on evidence based management suggested by our professor, and this is suggested before going for an internship, summer internship. If you are in the middle of your summer internship or just starting a summer internship, please go through the summary of this book available on Google, or go through the book if possible. It's available on my Telegram channel. All right, so what are the disciplines that contribute to the OB field? Okay, किस चीजों से बना है organization behavior, like what subjects are contributing to organization behavior? So it is made up of, it is based on psychology, sociology, social psychology, and anthropology. These four disciplines contribute to the organization behavior field, because when you want to do systematic study, evidence based management, you will have to rely on some scientific disciplines, and these are all the disciplines that we rely on. Psychology, it's a science that seeks to measure, explain, and sometimes change the behavior of humans and other animals. Sociology क्या है? Sociology is a study of people in relation to their fellow human beings. Again, this is important in an organization setup, right? When different people are coming together to work in an organization, you must understand psychology and sociology. Next is social psychology, combination of the above two. So it's an area within psychology that blends concepts from psychology and sociology and focuses on the influence of people on one another. That is sociology, social psychology, the influence people have on one another. And the fourth one is obviously anthropology, the study of societies to learn about human beings and their activities. So बहुत ही सिंपल से समझ में आ रहा है कि these four fields are obviously going to contribute to the organization behavior, if you want to understand. And the fifth one is the political science, the study of behavior of individuals and groups within a political environment. So this is also an important thing to understand, because in organization there is politics, and one has to understand how behavior of individuals and groups are within a political setup, in a political environment where there is power, there is an organization hierarchy. So you must understand political science. So basically these five fields contribute to the discipline, to the OB field, organization behavior. So psychology will give you will relate to individual level. Okay, sociology, anthropology, social psychology, information about group level, and sociology, anthropology, and political science about the organization level. So there are three levels: individual level, group level, and organization level. So all these three give rise to your organization behavior field. Hope it is very clear. So so there are few absolutes in OB. Absolute क्या होता है कि this is only right, few extremes, few absolutes. So there are contingency variables, which are situational factors. So variables that moderate the relationship between two or more variables and improve the correlation. Correlation मतलब ये बढ़ रहा है तो ये भी बढ़ता है, that is positive correlation. If ये बढ़ता है तो ये घटता है, that is negative correlation. So OB concepts, however law-like they can be, must take into account situational factors. Yeah, situation psychology field में we cannot say one size fits all, and this theory will apply to all. So we'll have to take situation factors into consideration. That is called contingency variable, that we have to take into account every time. So under different conditions, different individuals act differently. Okay, ये तो सबको समझता है. We under different conditions, different individuals act differently. No, all people will not act in the same manner, even if situations are same. अगर कोई crisis आ गया, COVID आ गया, so everyone is not going to behave the same way. Some will panic more, some will panic less, some will be more positive, some will be more collaborative, some will be more selfish. So under different conditions, different individuals act differently. That is the core basis that we have to take into consideration. So that is why there are only few absolutes in OB. Absolute मतलब यही सही है, that this is only right. There are few ones, because it's not like law कि पत्थर मैंने फेंका तो नीचे ही जाएगा. when it comes to human psychology, organization behavior, things don't work like that. Like it works in laws, like Newton's law कि ये ऐसा है तो ऐसा ही होगा. Okay, so we have to take consider of situation factors. So one needs to consider OB in a contingency framework. Contingency मतलब it depends. Contingency का मतलब basically होता है it depends on the situation. All right, so that's why there are some challenges and what are the opportunities also for OB. So again, there are various things, various challenges in this field. First of all, there is globalization. ठीक है, challenges में आता है globalization. Globalization से क्या हो रहा है? You would say globalization is a good thing. Technologies are exchanged, people can move to different places, and there is technology transfer, and everyone develops. But what are the problems? There are increased foreign assignments. Okay, working with people from different cultures in globalization, coping with anti-capitalism backlash. ये क्या होता है? Values and norms, even the economical ones are not same everywhere. All right, and overseeing movement of jobs to countries with low cost labor. होता क्या है कि managers will companies try to go to countries where there is low cost labor. ओके, लाइक चाइना में मैन्युफैक्चर करना है, उसी में करना है. सो मैनेजर्स नीड टू फाइंड अ बैलेंस बिटवीन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इंटरेस्ट इन लो कॉस्ट एंड कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. हमारा CSR होता है, ओके, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हैव टू फाइंड अ बैलेंस बिटवीन बोथ ऑफ देम. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको लो कॉस्ट में अगर सब कंपनी चली गई तो काम नहीं चलेगा, राइट? So responding to globalization is one challenge, and second one is this is the first one. Second is managing workforce diversity. अपने diversity के बारे में तो सुना ही होगा. Please read about diversity and inclusion. One of the most important topics. I'll make a video also on that. So embracing diversity. Employees from diverse countries do not give up their cultural values and norms to adapt to the rest of the society. People are very fixated on their cultures. They don't want to change for others. This is one of the challenges when different people come together in an organization setup, because they have to achieve a goal collaboratively, right? So managers need to make them accommodate so that they don't feel isolated or ignored. Suppose a person from a different nationality is coming to India to work with you, a Japanese person, a European, American. So we'll have to embrace the workforce diversity. Okay, and companies are doing that, organizations are doing that. So please read upon that. So there are changing demographics changing age. Okay, a lot of Gen Z's, Gen X, Gen Y, everyone are working together. We'll have to manage that effectively to have an effective organization. So what are the implications for managers? Recognizing and responding to differences. A manager must understand the diversity present. He must have knowledge about diversity to embrace that, to respond to that in a fair way, okay, in an accommodative way, in a liberal way. All right, next is improving the quality and productivity. So quality management, process re-engineering, responding to labor shortage. There's change in workforce demographics. There are fewer skilled laborers. There are early retirements and there are more older workers. So improving customer service, increased expectation of service quality, customer responsive cultures. So these are all the OB challenges. Okay, let's again highlight OB challenges: managing the diversity, managing the ethical behavior within an organization, technology transformation, changing demographics of workforce, changed employee expectations. Employee expect different from the organizations now. Then the globalization. So all these are the OB challenges. Okay, organization behavior. Improving, again, I'll just list down what are the challenges. Improving the people skills, empowering people, stimulating innovation and change, coping with temporariness, working in networked organizations, helping employees balance work and life conflicts, improving the ethical behavior. So these are all the challenges of OB. You must note it down. They are very fair and self-explanatory. These are all the things that you will have to do for running a successful organization. And they can be a problem also if not handled well. You must improve the skills of the people, continuously update them, we have to empower people, we have to stimulate innovation and change to thrive in the competitive world in an organization. We have to cope up with temporariness. There's a lot of change continuously. AI, ML, these things are changing the work environment so drastically that we have to cope up with the temporariness of things and not be fixated on a particular thing. So working in networked organizations, a lot of networking is there between organizations these days, helping employees balance the work and life conflicts. We can see in COVID times also, and improving the ethical behavior within organizations. These are the challenges in the field of OB. So now we'll talk about the basic organization behavior model. क्या मॉडल क्या होता है? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, व्हाट इज अ मॉडल? Model is an abstraction of reality. Simple, a simplified representation of some real world phenomenon. उसको हम बोलते हैं मॉडल. ओके, सो मॉडल में क्या होते हैं? कुछ होते हैं डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स, कुछ होते हैं इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स. सो व्हाट आर द डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स इन ओबी? इन ओबी मॉडल, डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स वो होते हैं जिसका हम स्टडी कर रहे हैं. सपोज मैं बोलूँगा कि प्रोडक्टिविटी, एब्सेंटिज्म, टर्नओवर, ये सब डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स है. Now, what is causing what is giving rise to these dependent variables? Suppose there is an x, there is some y, and y is a function of x. So y is your dependent variable, x is your independent variable. जैसे जैसे x change होगा, y change होगा. All right. So we are studying the dependent variables. हम study करते हैं कि productivity पे क्या असर होता है, absenteeism, turnover, job satisfaction, deviant workplace behavior, मतलब एंटी सोशल बिहेवियर इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सिटीजनशिप बिहेवियर. कि भाई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सिटीजनशिप बिहेवियर क्या होता है? इफ समवन इज रियली अटैच्ड टू एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, ही इमोशनली, and he'll behave in a way that the organization wants him to behave, not literally, puppeting what the organization needs. You're a citizen of India, so you have some fundamental duties to do. In the same way, if you are really attached, if you to your organization, you will have some fundamental duties, and you will do those duties with conviction, with your passion, not out of forcing. The right behaviors that organizations expect from you, those are the organization citizenship behaviors. So what are the independent variables? Independent, जैसे मैंने बोला, x मतलब क्या चीजें हैं जो डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स पे इफेक्ट डालती है. सो मतलब प्रोडक्टिविटी, एब्सेंटिज्म, ये किसके वजह से अफेक्ट होता है? दीज आर द इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स. सो दीज आर इंडिविजुअल लेवल वेरिएबल्स. ओके, इसमें आ गया आपका फर्स्ट इज मोटिवेशन, योर परसेप्शन, योर एबिलिटी, वैल्यूज, एटीट्यूड्स, पर्सनैलिटी, इमोशंस, इंडिविजुअल डिसीजन मेकिंग, लर्निंग, biographical characteristics. These are all the variables that will affect the dependent variables. Suppose motivation मेरा कम है तो मेरा productivity directly affect होगा. This is the x variable, right? Motivation कम है, productivity कम रहेगा. Motivation कम है, मेरा absenteeism ज़्यादा रहेगा, मैं जाऊँगा नहीं organization में. Motivation कम है employee का तो turnover मतलब कितने लोग छोड़ के जा रहे हैं, how many employees are leaving the organization, that is the turnover. Now my ability, so same, these are all the x variables that are having an effect on these above variables. So there are some group level variables like conflict, communication, group decision making, leadership and trust, structure, conflict, power and politics. So group level में ये सब variables affect the dependent variables. And there are third is organization system level variables. So like organization culture, organization structure and design, human resource policies and practices. Suppose मेरी human resource policies are not good in an organization. Okay, I do not actually care about my employees. So that will again affect these dependent variables. That will affect my productivity. That will affect absenteeism within organization. That will affect the turnover in the organization. That will affect the job satisfaction, right? So I hope it is very clear. So again, थोड़ा सा make sure that you understand this. This will be helpful in your research, coming research also. So dependent variable again क्या होता है? A response that is affected by an independent variable. Independent variable x, dependent variable y. जैसे x का value change होगा, y का value change होगा. For every different x, there is different y. So that's how we saw the dependent variables affecting the job satisfaction and everything that is dependent variable. So independent is X, dependent is Y. Again, so dependent variables हमारे क्या आते हैं? Let's go into details now. Productivity, most important thing. We have to study what impacts the productivity within an organization. It's a performance measure that includes effectiveness and efficiency. We'll understand the difference between that. Effectiveness is achievement of goals. हम हमारे goals achieve कर पा रहे हैं क्या? And efficiency is the ratio of effective output to the input required to achieve it. Let's understand this. Effectiveness is about doing the right task, completing activities and achieving goals. Mainly it is about achieving your goals. अगर आप अपने goals achieve कर पा रहे हो, अगर एक manager is achieving his goals, his targets, he is an effective manager. But who is an efficient manager? Efficient manager is he does the right things in an optimal way. See it here, optimal way. For example, doing it the fastest or doing it in the least expensive way. If I am doing it in the fastest way, कम time लग रहा है. If I am doing it in the in the least expensive way, कम पैसे लगा के I am achieving the same result, then I am being efficient. Okay, so that is the ratio. कम time ज़्यादा कम पैसे में ज़्यादा output, so that's why it's a ratio. Okay, I hope effectiveness, it is simply achieving the goals. Achieve मैंने targets किए हैं क्या, so I am an effective. And efficient, अगर मैंने क्वालिटी में इम्प्रूवमेंट लाया है क्या, या टाइम कम लिया है क्या, सो कम रिसोर्सेस में ज़्यादा आउटपुट दिया है क्या, दैट इज ऑल अबाउट एफिशिएंसी. So again, what are your dependent variables? Continued here. Absenteeism, we have to understand what is absenteeism. It's basically the failure to report to work. अगर आप काम पे नहीं जा रहे हो, suppose you are an MBA aspirant and you are petrified with your coding job, so you will be absent there most of the times. That is a dependent variable. As a manager, I have to study कि यार absent क्यों है, so that is a dependent variable for me. So turnover is also one dependent variable. The voluntary, what is turnover? Turnover is the voluntary and involuntary permanent withdrawal from an organization. Permanently छोड़ के लोग जा रहे हैं, that is turnover. आपने सुना होगा 8% turnover, 10% turnover this year. That means 10% of their workforce has left the organization permanently. And next is organization citizenship behavior. As I already talked, एग्जाम्पल लेके चलते हैं इंडिया का. हम अगर मैं अच्छा सिटीजन हूँ तो आई विल शोकेस बिहेवियर्स दैट आर गुड इन अ सिटीजन, what the country expects from a citizen. Similarly, if I am a good citizen of an organization, I'll depict those behaviors, I'll showcase those behaviors, and that is also my dependent variable. I would like to study these dependent variables, right? As a manager, suppose मुझे देखना है कि यार organization, my ultimate aim and OB is to increase the organization effectiveness, right? So what are the dependent variables? These all things: absenteeism, turnover, organization citizenship behavior, last हमने देखा productivity, effectiveness, efficiency. Basically I would like to study all these things as a manager and study what is causing that, which factors are causing these things, which जैसे हमने ग्राफ देखा x y का, y चेंज हो रहा है पर y कौन से वेरिएबल्स, कौन से x वेरिएबल्स है उसमें. That is basically the whole point. I hope you understand this. So organization citizenship behavior वापस देखते हैं. It's a discretionary behavior, मतलब मैं खुद से कर रहा हूँ. That is not part of employees formal job requirements. मुझे वो लादे नहीं गए कहीं पे job description में. It's not mentioned that I have to showcase these behaviors, but nevertheless promotes the effective functioning of the organization. But still I'll showcase. Suppose I'm coming on a Sunday, if there is some deadline, so I'm showing an organization citizenship behavior. On LinkedIn, if there are posts, I'm liking that, I'm commenting on that. Where I am active in the various sessions held in the organization. I am positively talking about the organization to my fellow colleagues. So that displays organization citizenship behavior. And I would definitely, as a manager, would like to understand what is causing all these factors. So next is job satisfaction. Obviously हमको ये जानना पड़ेगा job satisfaction किस किस चीज़ों के वजह से होता है. I hope you are finding this very interesting. So job satisfaction is a general attitude towards one's job, the difference between amount of reward workers receive and the amount they believe they should be receiving. Basically job satisfaction, you all understand what is there. Basically should be a balance of everything at work. So again, what are the independent variables? There are three levels of independent variables: individual level, group level, organization system level, जैसे हमने देखा. So this is all the basis of organization behavior, chapter 1. Okay, here we studied again everything: what is organization, who is a manager, what are his duties, uh, what are the dependent and independent variables in an organization, what I would like to achieve in an organization, and basically this is very interesting and I hope you liked it. The first chapter is almost over. Okay, this is the end of chapter 1. We have a chapter 2 already ready, which is foundations of individual behavior. I hope you like the first part, and if you really like the first video, I'll be making such videos, more videos in the upcoming session. Okay, this is the chapter 1. I'll cover chapter 2 in the next video because ये video बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. So pardon me for that. So please like, share, subscribe if you find this beneficial, and if you want me to continue, please hit like, please share it to the people in your WhatsApp groups, and I all the best. If you give me 100 likes, second session will be coming soon. Bye bye guys, all sorted.